Hello, YouTube. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a fine day, or evening, or night, or indeed any other kind of time. Maybe you're currently viewing this from outside of time, like the great old ones spoken of in H.P. Lovecraft's works. Perhaps you have been damaged in your grey matter in such a manner that the perception of time no longer applies to you, and you are experiencing your entire life as one single monolithic moment. If that's the case, well, don't give us any spoilers, please. Just keep your mouth shut and all your visions of the future, keep them inside your noggin. Thank you very much. Okay, enough of that nonsense. We've welcomed the YouTubers. I've noted that the Twitch app is not working on my phone, so I'm just going to close that shit down and sacrifice the free view I was giving myself. And we'll just get into the action, shall we? Let's do it. You'll note again, no music, because I haven't figured out sound sense yet. I haven't done any Dwarf Fortress since I stopped the last session, so be prepared for many a glitch and bumble, as it were. The chat comes up on screen before it loads into your chat window. Oh my goodness. Zut alors, mon Dieu, as they say en français. Anyway, should we have a quick recap of what's going on in the fort, just to remind ourselves? Shit. Can someone tell me what the DF hack command is to get the multiple level viewings? I think it's multi-level 50. Bear with me. I'm just going to attempt something. Multi-level space 15. Is that? Bang! Look at that. I remembered a command off the top of my head in Dwarf hack. Maybe I am a god. No. It seems unlikely. In fact, pretty much impossible, I would say. Whew, okay. I have negative latency now. That's amazing. My goodness, we're doing it, boys. We've proven time travel is a thing. Fuck you, Stephen Hawking, you dead bastard. Actually, maybe that was a little harsh. maybe we shouldn't be so quick to jump on his legacy and decry his statements about time travel, even if he did seem to have quite the bee in his bonnet about it. Anyway, shall we do that review I was talking about? Here we go. So, we've got a farm. We've got a seed stockpile. This is an empty room. This here is clearly a graveyard, currently being troubled by a troll. What we keep doing is putting down gravestones, or coffins, having bodies transferred from the corpse stockpile into the coffins, and then the troll goes, I don't like coffins, and starts smashing the coffins, and then people start pulling the corpses back into the corpse stockpile, as you do. Then, occasionally I put beds in here, or I did, as a dormitory, and the troll comes in here and smashes the beds. But that was less exciting. So let's continue that cycle until our military have trained up enough that they can take on the troll. I've got no idea of telling when that is, but we'll see. Manager's office here. This is a temple, a teeny-weeny temple, according to all the critique from the chat, but whatever. It's not the size that matters. It's the devoutness of your patrons. You see? You don't need 1 million followers to be a great world religion if all of your 5 followers pay $1 million into the coffers and you end up being able to just buy your way to the top. Scientology! Oh, God! Oh, pardon me. I spiked the microphone there. Did I say something that could have potentially got me in court? Can I... Is that litigation I can smell? Fuck. That stinks. Oh dear. Anyway, shall we carry on with the tour? Here's my magma furnaces here for all of my magma industry needs. We've got space to improve, as you can see. Look, here's all the magma we can tap. We've only barely started. This is where we keep all of our smeltable ores, which would be nice, won't it? And then we go down a couple of floors. We've got our stone stockpiles and our stone-based industries. We have our wood stockpile, a bit paltry at the moment, and our wood-based industries. We have our whatever's left over room with all of the overflow storage. We have our furniture storage here, which is massively overtaken with gears and cogs, or mechanisms, as they're correctly known in the game. And then... up here we've got, this is a storeroom, finished goods. Okay, all this way, heading out this way is going to be storerooms basically, and we'll see how it works out. Let's have a quick jump at chat. Yes, the JC Experience correctly points out that I was planning on making a water pump. I'm going to need some help with that, and bear in mind that it's currently 1:30 UK time, and I'm got a hard finish at 3:15, maybe slightly earlier because I've got to go and pick my daughter up from school. So we'll see how it goes on. Big friendly troll that likes smashing everything in its vicinity. Well, I don't know about friendly. It seems friendlier than your average troll, to be honest, because it sits there, it smashes up coffins. It's got a thing about the dead, I think, and it doesn't seem to be attacking anyone who's alive. So maybe it is a friendly one. Who knows? It's the BFT, the Big friendly troll. Sorry, I'm trying to do an impression of David Jason in his turn as the big friendly giant in Roald Dahl's The BFG 1980s version. Not the modern new one, which I will point out gave my daughter fucking screaming nightmares for days. So be warned. Check the age of your children before showing them that film. I mean, probably check the appropriateness of the film for their age rather than checking the age of your children. You should really know the age of your children within a year or so off the top of your head, especially at a young age like mine. Especially at a young age. A teeny tiny temple concentrates the faith. Faith per unit volume is what gods really care about, so not diluting it with excess volume is preferable. I see. So you want more true believers and screw the sort of people who are just doing it because mummy and daddy did. I see. I mean, I can get behind that. If I start a religion and I'm going to be venerated as a deity, I would like true believers beyond people who are going to furrow their brows at my first command. Why are we killing all these people again, Matt? Shut up and call me scoundrel. That is my god name. Sorry, getting a bit carried away here. The next floor down, just carrying on as if nothing had happened, we have our dining room. Oh, look at the glorious dining room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 tables and 20 chairs. Nowhere near enough for the number of people in the fortress, which is currently sitting at 57 adults, 5 children, and 2 wee babbies. So maybe we need to up the numbers here. Am I building tables? Do I have tables in stock? Oh, don't do that. BT. There we go. We do have tables in stock. Maybe we can make them a little bit bigger. Chair, table. There we go. And we'll put that there. Yeah, we've got loads of tables. We've got granite tables. We've got obsidian tables. We've got basalt tables. Oh, my. What a world we live in. One more should do it. And then do we want to keep doing it on the other side? Yeah, why not? There will do. I've only got 2, but it should be alright. Chairs? Got chairs for them? Yeah, we got chairs. Hopefully, enough chairs for every table. Yay! Perfectly aligned. Beautiful. Anyway, sorry, where was I? Food storage rooms here. Without seeds, although as you can see, the rock pots are certainly taking up a lot of space with the booze in them. Excuse me. Welcome back, Nerdy Beer Castle. Got to bounce, got to get back to work. Oh, well, thank you, Night Soul. Nice. Thank you for joining us in the first place. It's a pleasure to have you here, and you should be able to find it on YouTube if you should wish to catch up. It'll be perfectly available. Toodlepip. And the scoundrel did scowl, and as he scoured and skewered the unbelievers. Yes, I mean, we can slowly construct a holy text around my deification, if you wish. I'm quite happy to do it line by line. But at some point, we are going to have to edit it and put it into an order. I mean, they did it with the Bible. They're going to have to do it with my one. The scoundrel? The scoundrel? Hard to portmanteau scoundrel and Bible. Very difficult. What's this? A ghost? Erdim hoist clasp? Oh my god, we've got someone haunting the turkeys. That's the last thing we need. Actually, no. Haunting other areas of the fortress would probably be worse. Probably have worse effects. Here is our lovely bedroom area. Let's put a door on this. Ah. If you liked it, then you should have put a door on it. What does that even mean? Let's up this. Boom. There we go. It's a dormitory. There we go. And you can go and all have a nice little snooze in there, dwarvies. You can have a nice little snooze. We don't have anywhere near enough beds for the base, but it's okay. Right, now we've seen the base proper, where the dwarves are living. Let's go down a little bit deeper. We're going deeper underground. Sorry, I got a little bit weird-hatted there. Let's scroll down a bit further. As you can see, we have gone pretty deep. I mean, Moria deep. Seriously, this is deep. We're going to go... Oh, Figgins. We're going to come down here. We're going to go across. Keep going down. We found what I believe to be the one cavern. I think I set this to have 1 cavern layer, but I might be wrong. There may well be 3, and I've just penetrated down to a low cavern layer, and we've missed previous layers. Come on, down a bit more. Get to the floor. See how fucking this is one seriously steep cavern. I mean, we haven't even reached the bottom here. We've just reached one of the many plateaus that separate these different vertical shafts. Mind you, I can see that looks like mushroom caps. Yeah, cap ramp. So we are at least within spitting distance of the floor. Then again, if you're If you're going down, as long as you're not obstructed everywhere is within spitting distance, right? Yeah. Yeah, so that's interesting. So technically, the ISS is within spitting distance of Earth. That's not true. Earth is within spitting distance of the ISS, give or take a bit of evaporation from re-entry of your spittle. But the ISS is definitely not within spitting distance of the Earth. Oh, semantics, don't you just love it? Anyway, let's have a look around here. A few hundred years of oral history before you codify the religion. That provides a nice excuse for inconsistencies. Nope, no inconsistencies. Mine is going to be picked over as though it was a script for Doctor Who. It's going to be nerds making sure that everything is internally consistent. There is nothing that annoys me more in media and other such things than internal inconsistency. I don't mind if your fantasy or sci-fi is completely bonkers and has no bearing on reality whatsoever. As long as the internal rules are consistent, I'll watch and I'll enjoy. But the second something contradicts itself, I'm out. You've destroyed it. I can't watch this shit. I'm having trouble thinking of an actual example of one that's done that, but they exist, I assure you. I have been there. You could surely place some spittle on a rocket, but with that definition, the whole solar system and a bit beyond is within our spitting distance. That's true. Well, you say a bit beyond, but way beyond. I mean, it's going to take a long time to get there, sure, but once you're out and moving, I mean, I was going to say the sky is the limit, but clearly it's not. You've gone way past sky. The world is your oyster? That doesn't make any sense either. Stop it, scoundrel. Just unpause the game and get in. You have been talking for a solid 21 minutes and completely failed to do any dwarf fortressing, so now let's make up for it. 30 years for Voyager probe to get out. My goodness. There's bound to be some spit on there. There's bound to be a little bit of spittle on it. Someone must have over-enthusiastically talked near it at some point. Surely. God knows what else they put on it, though. Some terrible human being probably left all sorts of bodily effluvia on there. Effluvia? Is that a word? Effluve? Effluve? There's definitely something that starts with effluve, isn't there? Effluve, even. I don't know if it's effluvia. Have a little bit of water to try and quell this sore throat. It's getting a bit... Oh, of course, it's got to be the old the horse love custard. Oh, the save is looking like it might crash. Oh shit, we're in winter. Oh, we've just found water in a cavern as well. That's convenient, isn't it? We're not going to die of thirst, everybody. We're going to survive, dwarves. We're going to survive. How do you feel? I'm sure at first you were afraid. You were petrified, wondering how you'd ever live without me by your side. What am I talking about here? I'm going a bit nuts, aren't I? Should we just roll back on that and get actually into the action? Yeah, let's do it. When this save finishes, of course. Come on, save. You can do it. Come on. There we go. Save complete. Okay. Oh, have some of these cage traps been sprung? There's a troglodyte. There are troglodytes in my cage trap. We're going to need to make a pit to keep these boys in, aren't we? Combat pit? Maybe. Do we make a combat pit? I mean, we could. We could make a training pit for these guys to fight. What's been like... Yeah, we could just... Okay, we'll come back to that. The plan today was to make a water pump, but I'm not sure we're going to have enough time for that, to be honest. Let's see votes in chat. Do we say water pump, combat pit... Or I'm saying combat pit. We could put that somewhere else. Water pump, combat pit for our caged enemies, or do I attempt something else? What are my other plans? JC says pump. There are troglodytes in my cage trap. Now there's a proper children's book title. That's true, yeah. There's a troglodyte in my cage trap. And there's a unicorn in my bath. What's going on here, Harry? You're a wizard, Harry. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. Pump then pit, says Rando. Finley still has no clue what's going on, so that's okay. Finley. We can allow that. I mean, the fact that you're here and watching while simultaneously baffled really does warm the cockles of my heart. Right, I'm going to do this and say PUMP. Make Gitnuk pump. Make Nefast pump. Okay. What are Gitnuk and Nefast pumps? What is this? Nerdy Beer Castle. You're in the same boat as me then. You're just as much a neophyte in the pump sphere as I am with this. Are these people? Is it making the people pump? Or what? A combat pit with floodgates. Okay, that combines everything nicely, but we need the pump first. These might be musical pumps. Oh, yes, I see the Gitnuk and the Nefa. Okay, yeah. So what am I making? Where do we start? I mean, obviously, I can't just type pump in because that's going to bring me musical instrument bits. What we need... First of all, I need to designate a place for the well to go, don't I? And for the water to be pumped up too. So... I can't watch a YouTube video while I'm streaming, JC. Nobody wants that. They may as well go and watch the YouTube video while I'm doing it. Insanity. Right, let's go down a bit. Where is my well going to go? Where is my well going to go? Maybe the dining room area? It kind of makes sense that we'd want it down here, right? Yeah, we want the well down here. I'm thinking maybe just stick it in this corridor. Some kind of mad... Oh, no, don't do that, because there's actually bedrooms beneath. And we could end up with some serious flooding, which would not be optimal. Oh man, I've got this working on my phone again. The latency is really low. Yeah, it's like 6 seconds. That's bloody lovely. Wow. I think you beard gears and axles. Metal Gear. Metal Gear. Metal Gear. Okay, sorry. A little bit carried away there. Doing a little bit of David Hayter stuff. Q. Gear. No, that didn't work. Axles. AXLE. No. Ballista parts, catapult parts. No. Screws. That sounds familiar. Make enormous wooden corkscrews. Can we make rock corkscrews? Is that going to work? Is that possible? Because we certainly haven't got the industry in place to make it out of metal yet. I mean, we have. We just haven't got the raw materials. We could probably make them out of silver, maybe. I should herd everyone into a burrow and flood it with lava. Maybe at the end of the fortress, JC, but not right now. That's insane. Screw press, but screw pumps are a thing. Well, I think... Am I a booze-delivering, multi-instrumentalist performer dwarf in the tavern already? You asked yesterday who wants to be a dwarf, but there wasn't enough time. Oh, Nerdy Beard Castle, you're correct. I am supposed to be naming a dwarf after you, and I don't think I have yet. Let me quickly head over to Dwarf Therapist, and we'll find out what the situation is with your name. Go to Squad, go to Has Nickname, scroll down here. Are we seeing any Nerdy Beard Castle? No, we're not, so we have to find a... Other skills, musician, here we go. Etter or Udil? Let's go for Etter. Udil has one. What annoys me is they've implemented this like gender spectrum thing with all these icons, but they don't give you any indication of what they fucking mean. They just give you this like combined pink mashup of the male and female symbol and expect you to know, which is mighty confusing for me. Anyway, we're going to give you Etter here. We're going to set nickname. You're a sort of generalist musician, so we're going to give you that one. And we're going to type in Nerdy Beer Castle. Nerdyber. This is going to be too long, but... Oh, no question mark. No, what are you doing? There we go. Nerdy Beer Castle. Boom. Too long. So, instead, we're going to say... Oh, I see where it's gone. We're going to take the spaces out. Nerdy Beer Cast. What's that going to be longer? Look at that. It's just. Where are you? There you are. Look, there you go. Nerdy Beer Castle. You are a musician. Lovely. By the way, we don't yet have a tavern. That might be easier to do than the pump. Maybe if I just make a tavern and start fanning around with that, everyone will forget that I was supposed to be doing pumps. Maybe it might be in the construction menu like workshops. Okay, let's do this. Hang on. Pump. Floodgate, floor hatch, wall grate, cabinet, kennels, farm plot, blah, blah, blah. Go up one. Paved road? What? Does all this stuff? Animal traps, restraint, trade depot, glass walls. Building a screw pump requires an enormous corkscrew, a block and a pipe section. The construction itself is completed in 2 stages. First, an architect must bring the materials and prepare a design plan. Then a builder, possibly the same dwarf as the architect, with the appropriate labour, must assemble the components accordingly. This could be carpentry, metalsmithing, or masonry, depending on the material of the blocks. Okay, you're still seeing therapist? Boo! I'm a terrible streamer. Okay, here we go. So we want an enormous corkscrew, a block, and a pipe section. Well, that's doable. That's all eminently doable. Let's go back here. No, not J. Close. J, M, Q, P, I, P, E. Make wooden pipe section. It seems. Can we make rock pipes? I don't think we can we? It doesn't make sense. No, we can make lead pipes for sure. We've got lead. Then again, is that going to have an effect on the brain power of my dwarves? Let's stick with wooden for now. I reckon let's make 20 and see what happens. I doubt that's going to be enough, but we'll see what happens. Next, we're going to make corkscrew. C-O-R-K-S-C. I'm going to have to make another wooden one as well. Wooden corkscrew. Let's guess that we can make 5 and it will work, whatever. And blocks. Are they on perpetual order? I don't think they are. Okay. Q, B, L, O, C, K, S. Rock blocks. There we go. Construct rock blocks, and I'll have that as perpetual order because they're handy. They're handy to have. Okay, so we've got the bits on order. Referencing the page for the quote, Dwarf Fortress Wiki.org, blah, 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 screw pump. To build a pump, use the key B, capital M, S. So once you have the parts, it is in the build menu. Okay. Right. Good. Well, fingers crossed, that would be the ideal. If the first generalist human-level AI arises within Dwarf Fortress... I'm actually thinking about it, that would be incredibly cruel. That would be even more cruel than anything that's happening in Westworld, for sure. Okay, so let's unpause the game and hope that they start making this shit sooner rather than later. We're going to need more trees, aren't we? Let's go cut down some trees. It'll upset the elves, but frankly, good. Good. What's this? A trunk pillar. So D, T, and then if I can individually select these trees for cutting. Look at this. Oh, I'm a monster. I'm a barbarian. I'm an evil beastie. Let's go over here. We'll cut some of these down here as well. Are we on the ground floor yet? That one is. That one? No. That one. That one there. 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 Boom. That should be enough, right? Right. We've got 3 idlers. Let's hope it doesn't stay at there. It's going up. Okay, I made more. They must have put a bloody fresh corpse in the stockpile. What are you doing, guys? It is burying, not... Oh yeah, good point. PN. Is the troll just going to leave these guys alone as they put down graves? Because I'm wondering about that. Maybe he's so upset about the burial of the dead that he's going to attack them as they try and install them. Hard to say. Come on, miasma, don't get too far out. Just stay in this staging area. We'll be fine. Leave the corridor alone. Actually, we seem to have built that about the right size. No matter how much miasma is produced, it never quite makes it out into this corridor. Good news, eh? Good news. What have we got in this corpse stockpile? Let's have a look. Stray kitten. Doesn't say what's on there. Never mind. Never mind. A random door says, "Oi, you want a pump? I know how to do that. Just give me the controls." That would be spoopy, has to be said. And it would make a good Black Mirror episode, like that one where they're on the spaceship. That's pretty cool. That's the thing about Black Mirror. Sometimes it's excellent, and then other times you watch it and go, not really. Nah. Not always. It's more often better than, oh, for crying out loud, why have I put beds here? Why can't I remove them? Oh, they've already been placed, that's why. I need someone to actually come and take them away. There you go, boys. Remove the beds. Come on. Remove the beds. We want coffins. Coffins. He's taking 2 beds. This guy's carrying 3 beds at what? is this Superman carrying 4 beds in a single trip? Finley Zero. Muscle, muscle dwarf. Muscle, muscle dwarf. Maybe it's how it goes. Oh, you're just taking them out of their position and leaving them there because there's no furniture stockpile space. Haha, that's a good point. We'll deal with that immediately. Here we go. More furniture stockpile space. Ah, lovely. Excuse me. Oh dear, that was a bit of foul-tasting mucus. Let's hope that doesn't lead to something worse. Okay, back up to the surface. You moving the beds now, boys? Moving the beds. B, N, burial receptacle. Here we go. Bang. Got 2 of the things. There we go. That's more like it. That's what we wanted to see. The troll seems to be fixated on this one basalt coffin. Why? Ervad Ivukar, the cook. Okay. We've got his partial remains in the basalt coffin, but that's okay. Maybe he's just Maybe he's just eating corpses. Maybe. Which episode did I like the least? Oh, I would have to go over a listing of them and pick it out. Off the top of my head, it's not occurring to me what I like the least. I just know I had that feeling of, yeah, that was all right on a couple of them. On a few of them. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, some of them I changed my opinion on. And some of them I kept my opinion on. I don't know. The one where they had that stupid VR game that the guy was in the haunted house thing for. I thought that episode was actually shit. I really didn't like that one. But I think maybe that was the season where it had the most duff episodes for me, I think. Maybe. But that is definitely one of my least favourites. Whether it's my least favourite or not, I would need to go over a list of episodes to remember. But yeah, that was a bit weak. The story wasn't very good. Some of them I like, but I feel like they're not quite what I would have considered to be a Black Mirror episode. Like the one Metalhead in the last season. I enjoyed it, but I thought this really could have been a sort of a standalone sort of movie. Why is this a Black Mirror episode? I mean, I get thematically how it works in with the series, but I just didn't think it... Because some of the ideas in it, I think would have worked better with more time to explore the ideas. I'm not making sense, am I? Playtest, that was it, yeah. Yeah, generally those kind of episodes. I never even... Oh, and I didn't like the one where you could record memories. I find the ones... I need... The one from the first season where the guy pulled that little pip out from behind his ear that was recording all of everything he sees. I didn't like that episode. And I wasn't that big a fan of Crocodile as well. Generally, I like the high concept sci-fi stuff that's really sort of sci-fi high concept, if you see what I mean. The more human stories can be good, but meh. The Crocodile wasn't a terrible episode. It just felt a bit... I don't think I got the episode. I think I failed to get what they were trying to say with the episode when it came to Crocodile, because there was a few nice little high concept sci-fi ideas in there, but they didn't feel central. Or the whole insurance investigation part, I felt, for me, I would have wanted that to be the focus. I want the story to revolve around that part of it, not seeing the emotional journey of the woman who did the thing. I'm trying not to spoil it if people haven't seen it. You might like it more than I did, but I didn't find that rewarding. I wanted them to invert the episode and have like what happened maybe be a mystery of some kind. I don't know. I am not a professional writer or critic, so everything I say regarding media, take with a pinch of salt. Men Against Fire, the one with the mutants. I don't think there is a season. I didn't watch all of them. Yeah, that one. I started watching 5 minutes in. I assumed I knew what the twist, in inverted commas, was going to be, and I just thought, nah, fuck it, I can't be bothered. Oh, let me guess. And bearing in mind I haven't seen the episode, I've just seen the very beginning. Let me guess. These guys aren't actually monsters. They're normal people made to look like monsters by the conditioning of the soldiers, who then have to come to terms with the fact that they've just been killing people. Is that the general gist of that episode? Because I didn't care. I didn't care at all. One episode that I shouldn't have liked but did was 1 Million Merits. That doesn't has all the elements of something I wouldn't have enjoyed, but I did find it enjoyable. We've all got to. I think we all have to agree that the very first episode is the best. And if it hadn't have been the first episode, I don't think Black Mirror would have ended up as successful or popular as it has done, frankly. But to be fair, if you want to look at Charlie Brooker's best work, you've got to go back and read his reviews for either PC Gamer or PC Zone back in the 90s. I didn't even know it was Charlie Brooker I was reading then, but I always used to buy those magazines and just suck up his reviews. It was fucking brilliant stuff. Amazing. Yeah, back in the day. Or indeed, go to look at his screen wipe stuff that he does for the BBC. I mean, it may have aged a bit because it's topical news fare, but yeah, I think he has chops as a satirist, but maybe I prefer the direct satire of media analysis over the sort of Twilight Zone-y stuff. Perhaps. Yeah, no, Charlie Brooker started out as a games journalist back in the 90s. Back in 90s? Right, what is this? A plumwood pipe section. Oh, we've got the pipe sections coming out. Have we got the corkscrews yet? I don't see any corkscrews here, but then again, I wouldn't be able to recognise one if I saw it. So how do we place the pipes again? What was it? I've got to scroll back up in chat now to get back to Rando's recommendations. B, capital M, S. Okay. Let's just go to the surface and see what we can get out of this. B, capital M, S. Screw pump. Screw pump. Pump from north. Oh, I see. So how does the screw... I are confused. Okay, let's go down to where the water is and see if that works as a better idea. I should really put a hotkey down in the caves, shouldn't I? It would make a lot of sense to do that. Come on, down we go. Down, deeper and down. Bear in mind, Finley, I may be reviewing those through the rose-tinted spectacles of youth. There are a number... I, as a rule now, try to avoid anything that engages in nostalgia. If something... especially if it's a reimagined version of something I feel nostalgia for, like the abomination that is the modern Transformers movies. Good fucking God. How have the people responsible for that not been put on trial? Also, I don't like to go back and watch stuff that I enjoyed as a kid because very few things actually stand up to a reviewing as an adult under my modern mind. Although having said that, the stop motion animation version of the Terry Pratchett book Truckers, I still enjoy, even though it's like obviously for kids. I really enjoy it. So anyway, let's go down. Oh, not there. Down, 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 da 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 down, 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 da 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 da. That's not what we want. Is this? Hang on, are we underwater here? Here we go. Look, we've got a slope that comes down to the water. I could probably put the pump on there, right? A dark grass ramp. So let's do it. B. M. There was intended to be like the entire series of Truckers, Diggers and Wings, but unfortunately it never got made. The company that made it was called Cosgrove Hall. They were also responsible for, I don't know how this whether this travelled transatlantically or into Europe, but they were responsible for like a stop motion animation version of The Wind in the Willows and a few other things. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I loved the Truckers books as a kid. I wrote fan fiction before there was an internet of Truckers. I had my mum went ballistic because she had an electric typewriter that she was using for work, and I'd figured out how to change the reels in it. So she had like a big box full of reels, and I wrote I used 2 whole reams of A4 paper to write like a fanfic story about the priest, I think it was called Gerda from the store, who got left behind on Earth after... This is going to be extremely niche. For those of you who have not read Truckers, Diggers and Wings, Terry Pratchett's first 3 children's books, bear with me. But I read a story about him staying on Earth and making a new gnome civilization in a tree. Anyway, enough of that. Mum went ballistic. I used up all of her ink and all of her paper and went, "Look, Mummy, read this." And then she was like, "Ah!" Yeah, that kind of put me off fanfic. I haven't written much since. And certainly, if I had, I wouldn't show any of you guys. Sorry, it's just the way it is. Needs ground or near machine. What? Okay. Oh, ramps don't count as ground. Boo. Boo-hoo, boo. Hang on a minute. How does the water go over? Okay, here we go. Look. Here we go. Let me... Oh, they can't actually get there, can they? U... M... K... No? H. Right, that's the correct orientation. Blocks. Needs ground or near machine. Well, it's on ground, right? No access to blocks, no access to screw trap component, no access to pipe section. I'm not sure what I'm getting wrong here. Nerdy Beer Castle. I think one tile is at -1 Z level and one is at 0, pumping from the lower to the higher. I am freaking confused. Let me just quickly see if we can actually get a dwarf down here first. First things first. D, H. Just going to try channeling out there. Is anyone going to come and do that? Is that accessible? I'm also going to set a hotkey to zoom down here. That's not what I wanted. Shift H. There we go. Hotkey 6. Zoom here. Cave water. There we go. That'll do. Cool. Let's head up a few floors. See if we can get access to be easier here. Okay. Here's the plan. Dig out a nice little thingamajiggle here. And then we do this, except we do it over multiple floors. Down, 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 down. Jesus Christ. Actually quite the way down. There you go. If we do it down one floor below, it will definitely connect up. Right? It's going to work, isn't it? Fingers crossed. Ah, stop it, stop it. There we go. Yeah, they've got the dig there. Good, good. We're getting access. We're getting access. Oh man, I was significantly older when I discovered Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Finley. I discovered that probably in my early teens, sort of like 11, 12, 13 years old. Whereas I think when it came to the Truckers fanfic, I was probably 9 or 10 when I did that, 8, 9 or 10 or something. I don't think it still survives, so I'm pretty certain that it was shit. If it had been any good, somebody probably would have kept it, right? Right? I missed the BBC version of what? What have I missed the BBC version of? Oh, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Oh no, I wasn't allowed to watch Hitchhiker's Guide when it was on TV. Fuck that. I was way too young. I remember my uncle babysitting and him watching it, and mum and dad specifically sending me to bed when it was on. Have I ever played Starship Titanic? No, no Midnight Tangent, Ryan, I have not. However, I am aware of its existence, and I might be interested in giving it a rattle. That was written. It was either like a spin-off, or it was written by Douglas Adams himself, and was a retelling as a computer game. I forget. It's definitely connected to Adams and the Hitchhiker's series, but I forget exactly in what way. But yeah, no, I definitely missed the TV series of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I was not allowed to watch that. I saw it again as an older person, when I was older, and I listened to the radio play, it's interesting that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy started as a radio play. I mean, most people don't realise. Most people think the books, just assume the books came first, but they didn't. They came down the line after the fact. You were basically too old for the Truckers trilogy when you read it. Sadly, you only found out about Terry Pratchett relatively late. To be honest, even though I am a big fan of Terry Pratchett, his books vary significantly. There are great books in the Discworld series, and there are also books in the Discworld series that are a little bit... alright, whatever. Personally, I like anything with Moist von Lipwig in, and or Lipwig, depending on how you want to pronounce it, and most of the Vimes books are pretty good, the Guards series. So if you want an in point for Terry Pratchett, I mean, ideally, read them in the order they were written. They'll make the most sense that way. But if you want to jump in at some of the better points, Going Postal is a good one. I like Going Postal or Guards for an earlier in point. But that's just my recommendation. It's not necessarily correct. It will process your text and answer back all the humour of Douglas Adams in a game with puzzles. Sounds like a winning experience. Yeah, they did a new version on Radio 4, didn't they? I mean, to be fair, much as I like Douglas Adams, I was more of a Pratchett man than an Adams boy. I mean, he was cool, did some cool stuff, wrote some cool shit, but I don't know. Sometimes I just wasn't that into it. Right, can we build the pump now? So B, capital M, S, there we go, screw pump. And we place it where? Here. Needs screw trap component. Well, it wasn't saying that last time, was it? What? Screw pump. Where is the thingy to place it? I don't see it at all, do you? It's not there. Screw trap component. Okay, JMQ SCREW. And we'll make some more wooden corkscrews then. Sure. Give me another 10 if that's possible. Thank you. Good. Okay. Back into the action. The Last Continent, not a bad book. Small Gods, Thud, or Men at Arms for new readers. Small Gods is considerably earlier than the other two. Thud was good. Thud and Men at Arms are in the same series. They're in the Guards sort of continuum. So I would recommend finding the one that comes first in that list and then reading that one. Last Continent was quite good. Going Postal, I've written anything. That's my favourite character. Moist von Lipwig is my favourite character in all of the Discworld, definitely. Yes, the Death series is also very good as well. Although I feel the Death character goes a bit weird towards the end of the Discworld run. But still good. Okay, have they built the screw yet? B, capital M. What is capital M actually accessing? What am I not seeing it there? Not seeing it there either. What? Oh, there we go. Machine components, capital M. There we go. And a screw pump. Ah, here we go. We can actually build it. Ah, lovely. Needs ground or near machine. Okay. Here we go. Change orientation. It was H we wanted, wasn't it? What? Doesn't one of these have to be over the water? Or am I crazy here? Pump from the west. Yeah, that's west. Does this need to be? Oh, okay, the water's actually a few Z levels down. Okie dokie. Let's dig H. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna channel out. Oh, would you piss off? H. Oh, got it wrong. D H. There we go. We've done very little Dwarf Fortress here today, and quite a lot of talking about stuff. So apologies for those of you who came for the Dwarf Fortress. But congratulations to those of you who came for the book talk. A very long shot paid off for you there. Congratulations. Okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to pull this whole slope back until we get to an actual place I can put the water in. One level underneath the pump, similar to magma forges. Oh, okay. So, yep. Okay, I get you. What I'm doing now will make sense. For me, the Terry Pratchett books were my mum always got me one for Christmas every year up until the sort of like end where they started becoming sporadic in their release dates. But yeah, every year for Christmas or my birthday, I'd get one, and I loved it. I literally read every single Terry Pratchett book the year it came out, barring the very early ones when I would have been too young. But I read them all in order. I think I've never read The Light Fantastic or The Colour of Magic now that I just know the plots. Because I remember there being some significant crossover between Douglas Adams and... oh, wait, no, there was another... He wrote a sci-fi book, didn't he, that wasn't part of the Discworld series that had like a Slarty Bartfast style character in. Or did he? I may be wrong. Okay. Have they dug out? They have dug it out. Damn it, I'm taking too long to do everything. So we go down one floor. We dig you out. H. Oh, for goodness sake. D. H. There we go. You're coming out. We go. You're coming out. And then we go up a floor. And you're coming out. That's it. Good. That should work, right? Right. We think so. You made the music for the Hungarian audiobook version of Light Fantastic. Ah, claim to fame. Very good. What did you go for? Sort of fantasy, sort of like orchestral style instruments, or did you go for a synthy kind of vibe? Gonna have to look it up now. Obviously, I'm going to have a hard time understanding the meat of the text, but got to hear the music now. Orchestral stuff with a Moog. Nice. Nice. I do love a bit of synth and orchestra mixed together. I was just watching a YouTube video about some mixed synth orchestral stuff the other day, and I can't remember what film/TV series it was for. Crap. I think it might have been Westworld, actually. B, capital M, S. Right, can we put it here? I want it to come from the H angle. No. Fine. D. No. Sorry. D, H. Here we go. Channel U. And then U. And then U. And then one up. U. There we go. And then once we've made it down to the level where we can build it, we'll just flatten off the ramps. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Didn't sell well. Pratchett is not very popular in Hungary, partly due to the bad translation. I tried reading it in Hungarian once just to see how it is. Doesn't compare too well to the original. You see, I understand how Pratchett could be... a lot of Pratchett could be lost in translation, because what the fuck happened there? Did the dwarf just get swept away? They can just walk through the water. Oh my god, he's swimming in deep water. What are you doing? Is he gone? Little fuck nugget drowned. What are you doing? Oh, you dafty. You flipping tit monkey. What? Oh, look at him. Oh, fuck me. Simple bloody task. Dig a oh dear. The whole thing appears to have collapsed. Okay, maybe it wasn't as simple as I first thought. Okay. D. We want to smooth ramps. Z, remove upstairs ramps. There we go. Okay, I'm going to smooth all this shit. There we go. And then hopefully they'll be able to get down there and we won't lose another frigging miner. That would be a problem. That would be a problem. Rip indeed. Sod it. It's a big enough bit of water that one little dwarf corpse won't make much of a difference, I don't think. We'll fish him out. We'll fish him out. Hello, Mirkdomolith. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Mirkdomolith. Whatever. I'll try and pronounce it correctly when you've actually given me a little bit of guidance there. But thanks for joining us. It's a pleasure having you here for the stream. And hopefully you won't be subjected to such awful mishaps in the near future. You'll see nothing but glory and wonder, or fun. Obviously, we're expecting more fun here, to be frank. Ah, dear. How long have I been recording for? 49 minutes. Those of you watching on YouTube, excuse me. Sorry for the rambly episode with nothing but book talk and waffle. But, you know, you come to CRYPTBEARDS, occasionally you're going to get CRYPTBEARDS. So, whatever that means. Thanks for watching. It's been a genuine pleasure recording for you, and I'll see you later on. Bye!